Hey everybody, welcome to our live chat. I'm Heather and I'm Director of Education here at Luminous, or my house. I hope everybody's having a great day today on this Tuesday. I don't know about where you are, but it is raining today. So it's a good day to come in and do some live chats and have some fun and start looking gorgeous. But yeah, so hopefully if you are new to Luminous, if you are new to airbrushing, you are jumping on our live chats and learning how to airbrush. It's really easy. Honestly, it really is. We want to be there for you to make sure you know how to airbrush. And so we're going to go over everything regarding airbrush. So the one thing, and we joke about this, but get it out. Get it out of the box. We want you to get it out and start using it. Even if you're not putting anything in it, you can just feel the air on your face. But the great news is it does come put together, meaning everything's connected. Your hose where the air comes out of is connected to your stylus and connected to your compressor. The only thing you have to do is plug in this bad boy to the power adapter and you're good to go. This is how you turn it on, and this is where your stylus sits. Now with your stylus, or what I like to call the magic wand, you're going to feel the air out of here. This is the tip, and that is where the air and the makeup comes out of. This is where you put the makeup. This is the trigger, which is going to release that. Now, if you are not paying attention, keep that in mind. When you turn it on, you are going to feel air, but nothing is being released until you pull back on the trigger. And then here is your tail. So when you're putting it into the holder, put it in like that. Now let's go over your starter kit, which is super important to know what you're getting, or maybe you already have it and you're like, I don't know what to do with this. We have the 2 large bottles of foundation. Now those are, it's just dependent on what kit you get. So if you got the fair, medium, tan, warm, or deep kit, you'll get 2 different color foundations. Now there's a couple of good, there's good reasons for this. One, you can mix and match 365 days a year. So if you need to go lighter or darker, you can mix a shade in there, okay? Also, think of this kit as your practice kit. We want you to get down and get dirty. We want you to start using it. And so we do give you plenty of makeup to practice, but know that you can mix shades to get that perfect shade match. And there's I don't know another company, another makeup line that you can do that, which I think is pretty darn cool. You're also going to get Love, and Love is a hydrating illuminator. It has a little bit of a illumination, not a shimmer, not a shine, but illuminating. And then we'll look at that as well. And then we have the blush. The blush will also be dependent on whatever kit. So we pick that perfect blush that's going to be perfect for you with the kit that you chose. So when you airbrush, when you start, the number one thing I want you to do, of course, is get it out. I know that sounds silly, but it's true. Get it out and start playing with it. The longer it sits in the box, the bigger of a like you're going to think, oh, I can't do this. I can't. Get it out and play with it. Turn it on and just feel the air on your face. I don't know why bathrooms are always so hot, but it's perfect just to feel that air on your face. What's great about it is wherever you feel the air is where the makeup's going to go. So move that around the face and just feel the air. You can also put water in here and put your cap on and start spraying your face just so you can experience it. It's just water. Have fun with it. Now, remember, when airbrushing, you do want to keep the stylus moving. You're going to keep going. So make sure you do keep moving. Make sure, hey, Nancy, how are you? Make sure you keep moving around the face. It makes sense. We're not just going to stay on our cheek, right? We're going to move around the face. The other thing is keep it 4 finger widths away. This is a perfect distance to get the perfect blended flawless application. And then the one thing you really want to practice is pulling back on the trigger. You have to stop thinking about traditional makeup, think airbrush, and you're putting it on so lightly that you don't even see it go on. And you don't want to spray too heavy, all right? So I am going to go, let's see, what do I want to do first? I think I'm going to do my blush first because I do want to show you how doing the blush first, you can blend it. And I feel like that shows you how light you're spraying and then how it blends. Because again, you can't do this with traditional makeup. So I'm going to go in with, I'm going to take this off real quick. Here we go. Shake it up. And then now, and this one is Soft Rose Blush. And I'm putting, hey Jeannie, how are you? I'm going to put two drops right in there. Thank you. I was like, I'm doing some feathery earrings today, you know? All right, so now I'm turning on my system. There's air that's coming out, but nothing is being released until I pull back on this trigger, okay? So I can go in, and I kind of smirk when I put my blush on. So I'll feel it. Okay, this is the exact movement I'm gonna make when I'm doing my blush. Nothing is being released because I haven't pulled back on this. So now I'll go in. And do you hear the change? You'll hear a little wet sound. And that's going to also tell you that the makeup's coming out. So you are going to listen and feel it. Make sure I'm doing it evenly. I'm just doing it with my camera right now. And I'll go overboard just a little bit, just so you can see how blended it's going to get. All right, so there we go. Now I think I have a little bit left, but I want to show you real quick. I'm going to do this in a tissue because I want you to hear the dry sound once everything is gone. Ready? You hear that sound? That's the dry sound, meaning all the product is out, okay? So again, when you're practicing and you're listening and, you know, playing with the air, you need to listen to it, feel it, just learn it. Just know, guys, and don't think, oh, I have to spend hours and hours just blowing this on. No, the more you have this in your hand, the more you're trying, the more you're going to learn. You're going to pick it up in no time. We always tell people to do the 7-day challenge. And the 7-day challenge, 7-day challenge is use it 7 days in a row. By that 7th day, you'll have it down. You will be an expert, I tell you. All right, now I am going to put up our foundations. And I believe she did one on, yes. So here we are on the foundations. Now, most of you may have picked the Silk 4-in-1. That's the one I use for my everyday. It is the most forgiving foundation. It's going to give you light to full coverage. Just know that all of these are going to give you full coverage. And so where they start would be more of an interest because you can just keep making passes and get full coverage, even if you're starting with sheer coverage, okay? So I can do one pass and get my sheer coverage, or I keep going until I get the full coverage. Now the Silk 4-in-1 has anti-aging properties in it. It has moisturizer primer, it has your concealer, and it has your foundation. So that's why it is a little more forgiving and it's more of a neutral tone. Now the Ultra Foundation, I use the Ultra Foundation. It's great for combination skin, acne prone skin. So if you like medium or like to start out with a medium coverage, you'll start with the Ultra Foundation. Mystic, I'm going to jump over to Mystic real quick. Mystic is going to start you at full. It's basically going to start you at pretty much full because it is a higher pigmented foundation. So those of you who lack your coverage and you want to, have that makeup flawless makeup look, then the Mystic's going to be perfect for you. Or if you feel like you have more things to hide or things like that, then Mystic's going to be right for you. And then we also have the matte shade. So if you like a matte look, no shimmer, no nothing, or if you're oily, excuse me, if you're oily and like to stay matte, then matte would be a perfect shade for you, or a perfect foundation for you as well. I don't know what's going on with my hair right now. And then you can always mix we get this question a lot too. You can mix the different finishes together. So don't think you have to stick with one. Jeannie, as a newbie, I would at first. The silk, and I'm not a newbie, the silk is my favorite, period. So again, if you're a newbie, get the foundation down. Just get the movement down, because once you can do the 4-finger whisk away, keep moving, and barely pull back on the trigger, you got that down, then everything else is a cakewalk. Then we can start looking, okay, do you like more coverage? What is silk checking all the boxes for you? Do we need to add maybe the CC concealer or peach? We can start looking into that. But if you're new, just do the foundation and get that down where it's perfect for you. Now I'm actually going to use Mystic. Again, Mystic is higher pigmented. And so with Mystic, it's going to give you full coverage. I am a 3 in the Silk 4-in-1, okay? I'm using a 3 in Mystic. However, listen closely. I was like, listen, listen closely. It is higher pigmented, so it might come out a little darker if you're spraying harder, okay? So if you need to lighten it, lighten it with glow, lighten it with a lighter foundation and another finish. Just know that you should be the same numbers across the board, but depending on the finish, you might need to lighten it. So again, glow is a great one to use if you want to lighten it. But I actually was going to put 5-6 drops in, and I don't know how many I put in. So sorry about that. All right, so I have my Mystic in here, and now I'm going to go in and start spraying. I'm going to turn on my system. There's air that comes out. I know where it's going. No makeup is being released right now. And I'll start underneath my eyes and get my spray underneath my eyes. And keep going. Go up and down on my nose. And chin. And now I'm going around my cheek area, this cheek area, and my forehead. Whoop. Uh-oh. Move my hair back. Does the same lightning with love apply to brow colors? You don't. Now, Nancy, be careful with, you definitely, let me think how I'm going to say this. Love has a shimmer, has a illuminator to it. So you definitely don't want to do that with the brows, because you'll have some shimmer in your brow. It'll have a little bit of luminosity in your brow, but you could, I lighten my brows with another brow. So if, when my hair was darker, I did the brown and then I would put a drop of black. Now with the brown, I still can put a drop of black in there, and it's not very, very deep. So I mix brow colors together to get the shade that I want. I would stick with Airbrush with face colors. anything you're putting on your face, you can mix love in. So that's why I say you can mix it in with your foundation. You can mix it in with your blush, but it will change it a little bit. Whereas glow is truly a highlighter. And so it's going to give you a true lightening effect without the shimmer. Hey, Amber, how are you? Good to see you. Now notice, guys, that I keep going around. I keep hitting the trigger or the button. I just keep going around and around and around until I get that coverage that I want. Now, again, this is full coverage. This is Mystic. And so you don't need to do as many passes because of the higher pigmentation. So with Mystic, you'll want to make your pass and then go in, hit what those problem areas. Like I wanted to go underneath my eyes, hit my cheeks, but look how blended all of this is. Remember how bright it was when I first started? And then now look and see how blended it is. So if you are a newbie, you can really make it a lot easier on yourself if you do things that are higher pigment first, because the foundation will blend it for you. Making sense? All right. Sure, my email, let me put my email up here. Forgot my little banners. I'll put that one right there. There's my email. If you need to get a hold of me, you can reach out to me. And it's now that, okay, so I have my foundation, full coverage foundation. Now I have my blush. I actually did my blush first and then blended it with the foundation. Now I'm going to go in there and I'm going to use Love. Again, Love is a hydrating illuminator. Let me show you this real quick too. See how more flesh color this is? And now I'm going to hold Glow up next to it. Can you see the difference? This one is Love and this one is Glow. So Glow is a true highlighter and Love is going to be a little more flesh color and it does have a shimmer. Let's see. I can't get it to cover my H spots, Debbie says, like they show on TV, and I can't cover the dark circles under my eyes without showing creases. So Debbie, great. That's a great question and great thing to say. I don't know if that was a question, but are you using just the foundation right now? I'm putting Love in here. I'm going to put a couple of drops to show you what Love does. Because what I would say is what I love is our peach color corrector. The peach color corrector helps with dark circles, with sunspots, and it's going to give you some what I call pre-coverage. So you'll put this on before the foundation, and I'm going to show it to you. That's not it. That was the natural blush. Let me find my peach color corrector. Which I know is somewhere. Is this it? Yeah. I'm going to show you the peach color corrector. Here is the peach color corrector. And so it works on my skin tone and it works darker skin tones. Musette, who's on here sometimes, she's a shade 9, I believe, 8 or 9. And she uses it as well. So you would actually put like 3 drops of the Prism. It's the Prism. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Real fast. I am going to put, hold on, I need to move this. I'm going to put the link in here so you know where to go, so you can see it. Hold on one second. And so what you'll do is you'll put that on first, and I want you to make a pass, like 1, 2, blend it down, 1, 2, blend it down. Again, not staying in one spot too long. Cover the sunspots. You can go in for a second pass, but you're spraying so lightly that it should dry instantly. Then you're going to airbrush on top of that. You don't need to cover it 100% because the foundation is going to finish that coverage. You know, a lot of times when we're doing traditional makeup, we use a concealer and we use it to cover it 100%. With airbrush makeup, everything you put on is going to give you some sort of coverage. And so that way you'll still get the coverage with the foundation. All right. Does that make sense? I'm hoping I'm making sense. All right, let me find, here we go. And I'll do the peach one. There we go. There we go. All right. Where am I again? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And paste. Bam. Let's hope that works. All right, there you go. So there is the peach color corrector. Oh, that's interesting. So Jeannie takes her foundation and she actually does a hot spot to cover a scar and then blends it. Jeannie, you'll get to the point where you'll be able to cover it without doing that hot spot. Just note when you go into, I'm going to use some, what do I have in here? Oh, this is Love. Let me use Love and then I'll go back and use the peach color corrector because I want to show y'all how it works and how you'll use it. Yes, Nancy, layers, which I don't like to say layers. I like to say passes. But yes, it is the same thing. Layers to me seems like heavy makeup. And airbrush is nothing heavy. So this is Love. This, I'm going to do it a little bit high on my cheekbone area here. And see how it just grabs the light just a little bit, not too much, just a little. All right, so now, let me grab that. Let me grab the peach color corrector and I'll show you how I apply that as well. So I shook it up and I'm just gonna put 2 drops in because I do have the foundation underneath my eyes, but I'll use the peach color corrector, turning it on. You have heard me say spray lightly a million times. And so under the eyes, you also want to spray very lightly. So this is one thing you can practice with water, and that way you can get it down. Because if you can spray this with water, because water is heavier than the makeup, and you can spray it without having water drip down your face, then you're spraying it correctly. So if the airbrush makeup is showing wrinkles and crinkles, is sticky, is wet, is thick looking, then we need to tweak something that you're doing. All right. It doesn't take much. We just know that we should tweak something. So if it's showing wrinkles and crinkles, what that is telling me is that you're probably staying underneath the eyes too much and maybe spraying a little hard. So I'm going to turn on my system. I can go a little bit closer because I'm spraying underneath my eyes. Make the movement, lightly pulling back. That's 1 pass. But did you see how quickly I did that? 1, 2, and blend. I never stay in that area too long, and it's already dry. Now I can go back and make another pass to get that coverage, to fill in the dark circles, to fill in the sunspots. So you can always go back and make those passes and get that coverage, but you do want to give it a break. When you see me do eyeshadow, I do the same thing. I go, or even the blush, I go side to side. I don't I don't just keep going. I go boop, 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 boop. I go back and forth, and that's exactly what you're going to do with anything under the eyes. That's why we tell you to keep moving when you're doing the foundation. So there you go. Doing the peach, yeah, I love it. I love it. And then also with our foundations, you can powder or you don't have to powder. I don't always powder my foundations, but you can if you want to, or maybe you want to keep the translucent powder in your purse, and that way you can touch up during the day as far as just with the powder. So, all right, guys, great having you on today. I am going to put down real quick all the times that we are on. Make sure you join us. Renee handles the mornings and I do the afternoons. And then at 4 o'clock, we are on YouTube and we are on Facebook. But if you are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe below. You definitely want to know when we are live, and you can jump on when you are able to jump on and ask your questions. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you want to hear about or what you want to see, so we can get that implemented into our lives, because that's what we're doing. We're here for you. All right, guys, thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing everybody at 4 o'clock. Bye for now.